Hey, welcome back. This is episode 13 of the Salesforce Data Cloud Masterclass. Today, data actions and platform events integration. Architecting real-time flow orchestration between Data Cloud and Core CRM. Let's get into it. Here's what we're covering today. Understanding data actions versus activations, then configuring data action targets and schemas, then defining streaming insight triggers, then consuming platform events in flow, then mitigating concurrency and row locks. Stay for the last one, it's the piece most tutorials miss. Let me explain this simply. Today, we are bridging the gap between cold analytical data and real-time operational execution. We will architect a highly scalable, event-driven pattern using data actions and flow to turn data cloud insights into instant CRM actions.
I've always struggled with how to make Core CRM react instantly to data cloud without hitting governor limits or causing row locks. This architecture sounds like exactly what we need.
Imagine you are running a high-volume e-commerce site on Salesforce. A customer's lifetime value suddenly crosses a premium tier based on a real-time streaming calculated insight in Data Cloud. You can't wait for a 12-hour batch activation window to engage them, you need to fire a high-priority action immediately. This is where data actions shine. Unlike batch activations that push segments to external targets periodically, data actions stream event notifications to Salesforce core or webhooks the microsecond a threshold is crossed. Let's break down how this real-time pipeline bridges Data Cloud's massive scale with your operational CRM. To send an event, we first need to define where it is going, which is our data action target. In Data Cloud, you can route these events directly to a Salesforce org as a platform event, or to an external API endpoint via an authenticated webhook. When targeting Core CRM, Data Cloud serializes the payload using the Cloud Information Model, ensuring semantic consistency. Think of the data action target as the dedicated highway, while the data action itself is the delivery truck carrying your real-time payload. Configuring this correctly requires robust authentication and a clear understanding of your downstream consumer's throughput capacity. Now that our highway is built, how do we decide when a delivery truck leaves the warehouse? We build a data action definition based on a trigger. This trigger can monitor changes in a data model object or, more powerfully, evaluate a streaming calculated insight. For instance, when a cart abandonment event occurs and the calculated risk score exceeds 80, that change acts as our trigger condition. You must carefully design your trigger logic to prevent event storms. If your criteria are too broad, you might flood Core CRM with millions of event messages, creating massive performance bottlenecks. When an event triggers, downstream systems need context to act. In Data Cloud, you explicitly select which attributes to pack into your data action payload. For a premium status upgrade, you don't just send the status, you include the unified individual ID, the current balance, and the lifetime value metric. Think of this payload mapping as packing a suitcase. You want only the essentials to keep it lightweight, but enough context so the receiving flow doesn't have to query back into Data Cloud. Balancing payload size with operational utility is a core architectural trade-off. Once the data action fires, it lands on the Salesforce event bus as a high-volume platform event. In Core CRM, this event is highly transient and does not consume traditional database storage. To handle this event, we can use an Apex trigger or, more commonly, a platform event-triggered flow. This architecture decouples Data Cloud from your core database, ensuring that spikes in Data Cloud events do not lock up your transactional system. Let's trace how a platform event-triggered flow instantly wakes up to process the incoming payload. In your platform event-triggered flow, the incoming payload is parsed into variables automatically. Your first task is to match the unified individual ID with an existing lead, contact, or account record. If a match is found, update the record with the new metrics. If not, you can run routing logic to assign it to an onboarding queue. Since platform events run under the automated process system user, you must design your flow to handle permissions and sharing rules properly. This design pattern ensures that analytical insights are instantly converted into operational actions. When dealing with enterprise data scale, millions of events can stream out of data cloud simultaneously. If multiple events try to update the same account record at the same instant, you will run into the dreaded unable_to_lock_row error. To mitigate this risk, we implement architectural patterns like asynchronous queuing or event batching. Instead of updating records immediately in the event flow, we can write the events to a staging object or use Flow's built-in transaction control to defer updates. This safeguarding is what separates amateur configurations from battle-tested enterprise architectures. Let's tie our entire real-time architecture blueprint together. Data Cloud monitors active customer streams, calculates insights on the fly, evaluates triggers, packages the payload, and sends it via a data action over the event bus into Core CRM, where Flow immediately converts it into an active customer task. To ensure long-term health, you must actively monitor the data action status logs in Data Cloud and check the event delivery failure rates. By mastering this end-to-end event-driven loop, you have transformed your static CRM into an intelligent, real-time action engine. Alright, let's wrap up. Here are the key things to remember. Data actions provide real-time, event-driven streaming capabilities instead of scheduled batch activations. Always include the unified ID in your event payload to guarantee precise downstream record resolution. Decouple Core CRM processing using platform events to protect against database locking issues. Monitor data action delivery logs to ensure end-to-end integration health and error resilience. If this helped, hit like, it really helps the channel. Next up, Data Cloud activation to external ad tech platforms and Journey Builder deep dive. See you tomorrow.